This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, Tim. So, first topic we are going to discuss in Kicks training: introduction to Kicks, intro to Kicks. Then we will discuss differences between Kicks and online application, online application, and batch application. So, one is introduction to Kicks and differences between them. The second topic, BMS macros, how to create macros, how to create the maps. So nothing but here we call as a screens. How to create the screen as part of this particular training. So we are going to discuss. We are going to create 4 to 5 maps. Okay. So one is a login map. So login screen will be there, like entering the user ID, password. Then we will do validation with that. Okay. So one is login map. Then we are going to discuss calculator map. So we will enter user ID, password. Okay, we type some operator, plus, minus, or some any other operator symbol. Okay, we will discuss another map, calculator map, with function keys. With function keys we are going to discuss. Yeah, sorry guys. So we are going to discuss function keys, how to function keys. Then we are going to discuss employee screen, or okay, some XYZ bank screen. So like we will take a real time scenario here. So employee XYZ bank, and we will enter employee in sorry guys. So the customer number, customer name, we will take something, customer address, customer phone number, and yeah. So we can, if you are able to do 4 fields, we can able to mention other fields also. Then message, then F1 for inserting a new customer, F2 retrieving uh, or selecting the customer details, F3 for update, F4 delete, F5 to refresh the page, that is refreshing the page, F6 to quit from or exit. Okay, so this is the map we are going to discuss as part of our training. So these are all the 4 maps and paging logic related map. Okay, so as part of this training, I am going to explain paging logic, pressing F7, F8. Whenever you press F8, it should display the below records. When I press F7, top 5 records should display. For that, we need another map. So we are going to discuss altogether 5 maps creation. So my first hands-on will start with the macros creation. So there are 2 ways to create a map team. One is SDF, screen design facility. With the help of SDF tool, is the actually tool. With the help of tool, I can create the screen. Okay. The other option is BMS macros. Okay. So since the SDF is a commercial one, it is not a open source available on the mainframe. So this is not there our environment. We are not going to cover this one. Okay. So we are not going to cover. We will not be covering this one. So we are going to discuss. We are going to create all of them with the help of macros. If you know macros, if you know how to create manually then your work will become easy when you have started using SDF. Okay, so if you want to get some clarity, I will try to share the manual for SDF as well as. Then, so once we are done with the BMS macros, so we will start with the programming. We will start with the COBOL plus CACS programming. Okay, so COBOL CACS programming. We will in that there are two types of techniques are there: conversation technique and non-conversation technique. Conversation technique and non-conversation technique. So we will be discussing about it, and we will see conversation technique and non-conversation program. So we will discuss COBOL plus the COBOL CACS with conversation technique. So the next one we are going to discuss COBOL plus CACS plus map. Okay, COBOL CACS plus map. So what does mean? I'm going to use one of the map, then how to use the map in the application program. So you are making a online application program from the fifth program onwards. Okay, so from fourth only I will be using it, the maps. The next topic we are going to discuss. So the topic come and program. Okay, so COBOL plus CACS. So here we cover login map in one of the program. In another program we use calculator map program. The next one, seventh. So in that program, what are the kicks commands are required, like send command, receive command, return command, and time command, date, ask time, format time. So all of them will be covered as part of this particular programs. So COBOL CACS plus calculator function keys key map. Okay, so how do you implement the maps function with the function keys? The point is, how do you implement the function keys in COBOL CSS program? Okay, so the next one, so COBOL, we are going to discuss pseudo conversation technique. Pseudo conversation technique. I am going to cover technique 3. Okay, there are 3 techniques are there, so I'm going to cover third technique. So the rest of the 2 techniques, just you can explore it for interview person for interview sake. Okay, so next, ninth one, we are going to discuss COBOL plus, or I can say, file handling in CACS. Okay, so we are going to deal with the KSDS file. Okay, we are going to deal with the KSDS file. So in a KSDS, we are going to discuss the concept of a random read. Okay, sequential read, then how to update, how do you delete it, how do you rewrite, okay, how do you select, and how do you write it. Okay, so write is nothing but read only here, read. So how do you do all this operation in online application program? So we are going to discuss the ninth one, file handling. Then once we are done with the file handling, we will start with the COBOL DB2 in online application program. So kicks plus COBOL program. So here select. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the select and insert command. We are going to discuss how to update the data, how you delete it. Okay, so we are going to discuss select, insert, update, and delete. So obviously, if I want to execute COBOL CSS DB2, we have to discuss pre-compilation process, bind process. Okay, bind process, compilation process. These are all the things will be covered. So even here also we have something called translator. Okay, if you are compiling the simple COBOL program, we have a concept of compilation. Here we have a concept of translator. With the help of translator, we will try to convert all COBOL CSS programs, all translator compile unlinked it. So we are going to discuss in detail about each one of them. So guys, go on mute. So we are going to discuss the topic as well as next. So compilation process we'll see. Next, TSQ we are going to discuss. Then TSQ are done. Then XCTL and link. Okay, XCTL and link. So we have another topic which I suppose to implement in the starting only, exception handling or error handling in CICS. Okay, so we are going to discuss exception handling and error handling in the starting of the COBOL CSS program only. So I have listed it at the end, but it will be covered in the starting only, because we are going to do error handling in each program. After first two application programs, from third program or fourth program onwards, we are going to implement exception handling in every program. So wherever it is required, wherever it is applicable. Okay, so the next one. So 14th, we are going to discuss about IBM supplied. So this is required team. Okay, ideally, uh, okay. So this is a by default. Some people might ask, are you covering the IBM supply transaction? Without explaining the IBM supply transaction, I cannot do anything in the kicks. Hence, it is as a mandatory topic. So CEDA, CEMT, CECI, CESF, uh, CEDF as well as, okay, and CEMT is covered. Yeah, CESN. Okay, so as a developer, what are the transactions are required for us, and we will be discussing all about IBM predefined supply transaction IDs. Then we are going to discuss IBM kicks supply tables. Okay, we call as a kicks tables. We have a something called PPT table, PCT table, RCT table, FCT table. Okay, so general control table, like that, DCT table. So there are different tables are there. So even without this also, I cannot able to proceed. I know, right, even from the maps onwards, I have to explain what is PPT, PCT and all. But everything we cannot discuss in a single day, because whenever the DB2 comes, then I'll explain RCT. Because if I explain RCT without doing answer, it might be difficult for you to understand. So we are going to discuss RCT as well as, okay, I mean all of them, whatever I listed. Then so 16, the paging logic also. Okay, this is a paging logic also will be explained as part of our training. So these are all the topics will be covered as part of our training. So before, yeah, any queries came now at this moment? And how to connect to the Kix region, okay, and what are the options are there in Kix region and everything we will discuss. So debugging technique also we'll be discussing debugging. So that is there anyhow, CEDF. Okay, we don't use any debugging tool, use CEDF. With the help of CEDF, you can able to debug it. So now it's time for you to ask the questions, team. Okay, so I'm assuming that there are no queries. Okay, team. So in order to complete
Yeah,
all these topics,
yeah,
yes,
Venkat, I have one question for you.
go ahead,
Is there
please.
any relation between Rex tool and CAC's transactions? Is there any
Okay.
relation between?
We in my training we don't discuss about it. Okay, it might be there,
Okay,
not sure, but okay, we are not going to cover it.
okay, fine. Thank you.
So any queries, team? All right. The next one. So okay. So what I suggest you, if you are a good, if you are having a good knowledge in the COBOL side, then you can join this training. Because if you are in support, if you don't, if you don't know the COBOL, it might be difficult for you to understand the all the concept. Okay, so if you are ready to join, I don't have any problem. Okay, for your benefit I am telling. Fine. So to complete all these topics, the minimum 15 days we required. 15 days, nothing but daily 1 hour. So 9 to 10, 15 working days we required. So almost 16 hours, more than 16 hours it takes. So in the last batch, it took almost 19 days. Okay, so it took almost 19 days. So depends on the question, depends on how many questions you ask, depends on the how you are interacting with my session. That is important. Based on that, it will take more days as well as. So be prepared for that, because I don't want to go any hurry way. So I want to cover all the topics clearly step by step. So that is my ultimate my target over here. So if somebody people are asking the question, I am ready to give the answers. But others bear with and learn it. Okay. So if any logical question is, if there is no logic question, obviously I'll break it. Okay. So I'll stop before before they ask the question. If any logical question if they ask, obviously you also learn. I can also, I have an option to explain. You can learn out of it, right? So that is advantage for everyone. Okay. Basically for participants who are attending my training. Okay, team. So any queries? So from tomorrow only. So today is the first day. So we are going to continue from today itself. Okay. There is no again other day to start kicks and all. So this is the from today we are going to continue on the kicks. So any queries, team here? Okay. So okay, team. So uh, then other things, I'll be giving one mainframe ID to practice. Okay. That is daily 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours max. Okay. So whenever the feasible time, and you it is a only, it is not a part of your course at all. It is as an additional benefit I am giving the mainframe ID. Okay. So if just you follow my guidelines, whatever the guidelines I will tell to use the mainframe ID, just you follow the guideline and you can do hands-on on mainframe ID. So 1 to 2 hours is there. So if the people are not using, you can use for 3 4 hours also. So I don't have any ID. Okay. So that is the one thing I want to tell. So there is no restriction, but as part of the training, I'm saying minimum 2 hours I'll give it to you. Okay, minimum I'll give. If nobody is asking ID, then you can continue for 5 hours. I don't have any restrictions. Okay. What I do, team, I'll create a one group, whoever joined in Kicks. So we will be communicating there who is using the ID and all. So if I having more than 10 or 20 participants, depends on the count, I will take that many mainframe IDs. One ID will not be rotated between all of them. So we will be taking multiple mail IDs. So you might be having a doubt. So how many IDs and all. So IDs, how many IDs is not important for your team. You will get 2 hours, that I can ensure. Okay, so this is all about your the training details, team. So if you don't have any queries, then I can start the first topic.
Hello.
Yeah, right.
Yes, Venkat, I want to know that you are giving the IDs in which platform I can, means it's in
I will
software I
explain.
need to download.
Everything I'll take care of. Okay. So you no need to do
Okay.
anything. Step by step I will take care of. Okay, I will be giving some
Okay.
emulator. Okay, I will giving the emulator. I'm going to give real time environment. So where I'm executing on the same environment, you are also going to do the answer. Okay. Okay, team. So let me start kicks. Okay. So first topic I'm going to start. I don't want to wait hard no canceling the session now, because already introduction is done. So let's see the rest of the things. Since anyhow we have half an hour time, let's consume it that. So what is kicks, team? So what is kicks? Can you give me the answers? What do you know about Kix?
It's a way to turn a COBOL program into an online experience.
Okay, exactly correct way.
Customer information control system. It is on online
Okay.
transactions.
Okay, so it is online today. Okay, second point.
Yeah,
The real-time processing of data.
Okay, so it means that batch will not process real-time data.
Batch means it collects the data and means batch run at a specific time daily.
Correct, correct. I agree.
Instant results.
Okay, very good.
Exchange the information user and system.
Okay, correct, correct.
Multiple users can use the in human program at the same time.
Right.
Pseudo
Correct,
conversational.
Rohan. Correct, Rohan. Yes, what are the points you said exactly correct? So I'm going to list out all of them as a conclusion. So Kix is a online application on mainframe. If you want to develop, okay, so with the help of mainframes, if you want to create any online application, we use Kix module, Customer Information Control System. Kix transfer Customer Information Control System. Okay, so it is a subsystem. It is a subsystem. Okay, Kix is a subsystem, which means that by default, you don't get the Kix on mainframe environment. Once you install the JetOS, by default, you may not get the Kix. So if you want Kix for your client, for your business application, then we need to install the relevant software on JetOS operating system. Then your Kix is available. That is called subsystem. Okay, so we install a special software to do something on mainframe. So those type of software is called as a Kix. So here Kix is a subsystem. What other subsystems are there? Mainframe team. Kix is there, DB2 is there, IMS is there, okay, JES is there, and so on. There are so many subsystems are there. So one of them is Kix. Okay, so now we will see the, okay, so it's a simple to understand, it is online application. Now what are the differences between the batch application and online application? So as part of this interview, as part of this training, I'll be covering interview questions also team. So how they ask, what type of the question they will ask you, that also will be covered. So batch application. What is batch application? What are the differences between online application? So let me list out the differences between them. The first difference is what are the modules we use? Okay, what are the modules we use in batch application? So we use anyhow TSO is a common that I no need to list out specifically. JCL, COBOL, DB2, and Visum will be there anyhow. Whereas online application, except COBOL, DB2, Visum. So JCL will not be there. JCL will be there to compile, to pre-compile, to run, but not for running the program, because we run the program on a Kix region, not with the help of JCL. That is the reason I said JCL will not be there. Okay, so if you are able to run, then it is required JCL. But the core functionality of the JCL is in our online application to compile. So that is the purpose of it. That is the reason JCL is not required to run the program. That is I meant over here. The next one. Okay, So the next one, so for batch application, the data will be given by the user. So who will be giving the data to the your batch application? Sorry, not users. You will get in the form of file, or you will get the data in the form of database. So as somebody said, you will get the result like batch application to generate the reports, to process, to update the data as well, daily transaction data updating in the master files. All of them are called as a batch application. Okay, so those data, we will getting the data based on the request, whatever the data we receive, based on that we will update it. The next one, in online application, data will be given by the end user. Okay, so the online application is going to access by end user. The next one, the output. Okay, so the next one, this point also one of our colleague raised this, right? Output here you will get as per your schedule. As per the schedule, you will get the output. But in online application, you will get the output immediately. Immediately you will get it. Okay, immediately you will get the output. Immediate output will be there. So the next one, so what are the other points we can set him here? One is data, then second one is output. Anyone wants to add any other things here? You're good to add.
Input we can add, no?
Oh, I did not add. Okay, that is data, right? So that is a data I have given. So that is input data only.
Amount of data.
Sorry.
Amount of
Multiple
data.
users
To batch
can use the online application.
Yes, that is there. Okay, so team, yeah.
Multiple
So
users.
rather than saying multiple users, okay, so that is okay. But the other point we can add here, team. See, in a batch application, one file is used by one user, correct? Right, one program, but the same file can access by multiple programs. So as somebody said, users, okay, the same file can be accessed by multiple, okay, multiple end users. Okay, multiple users can use it. So, and one more point, team, here you can use the PS file. Okay, in a batch application, PS file is allowed, but online application, you cannot use PS file as a database or to store the data. So wherever the PS functionalities are required, then we have to go with the Visa ESDS. We have to go with the Visa ESDS. So these are all the differences between the batch application and online application.
Excuse
So
me, I have one doubt.
yeah,
Okay, in batch and online, updation will be in how?
updation of what?
Batch and online. What is the
Yeah,
difference between batch? How it will be updation?
Which updation you are talking about? Updating the file or updating the database? Which updation
Or
you are
anything?
talking?
File or database, anything.
So okay, the answer here, okay, so there is no point to tell as a difference, because you have a provision to update through batch application program. You can from one end also you can update it. Okay, so there you are passing the data through, you are getting the data through file and db2 database or some other file system. Here you are getting from the front end, that's all. Okay, so otherwise you can able to update in the both locations, right? Both applications.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So let me know if you find any, if you are expecting something. So let's have a discussion. Okay, team, if you know anything, okay, additionally, just always you can good to add it. Okay, so I'm always happy to take it. Okay, team. So let's. There are some theoretical concepts are there. Eventually, we'll see. At this moment, okay, so you remember this. You might get, if you're having less than 5 years experience, they might ask you what are the differences between the batch application and online application. So these are all the things. These are all the things you can list out. Okay, team. So let's see now. We have BMS,
Okay,
basic mapping.
okay, Venkat.
Yeah.
How the job schedules will be specified?
See, in online application we don't schedule, right? As simple as you type the transaction, it will display the screen. If you are going to the ATM, you are inserting the card, automatically the relevant screen is coming. So that is online application. You are getting a bank
Okay,
statement, credit card statement, ATM statement. That is a batch application.
okay, right.
No,
Thank you.
because the question is any speciality in this question I am asking to know.
No. I just confused about this batch and online, so that's why I'm asking for this.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, team. So basic mapping support. BMS stands for basic mapping support. So to develop the screens, we have macros. Okay. So we have a three macros are there to develop a screen. Okay. So DFH, MSD, DFH, MDI, DFH, MDF. So we are going to use all these three macros in more than one program, one map definition. So there are 5 map definitions. I'm going to explain all of them. So these are all the assembler macros, team. These are all the assembler macros to define a map. Okay, to define a map, we use all these macros. So let me explain you the about the macros. Then we will wind up the day. So DFH MSD to define the map set. If you want to define the map set, we will go with the MSD. So collection of maps can be called as a map set. So in detail we will see in tomorrow's session. Okay, what is a DFH MDI to define a map? Okay, we will go with the DFH MDI. So on the screen we can define a field. To define a field, we will use the DFH MDI. As a conclusion, to give a clear picture about the macros, let's take a team. This is my screen. Okay, so assume it, this is my screen. Now in my screen I'm going to create a map. Okay, let's say login screen. So then I'm going to implement date and so time. So anywhere anything we can write it is user defined. Then I want to put some hyphen between that, user ID. Okay, so user ID 8-character length, password 10-character length. Okay, 10 character. We can mask it as well as. Okay, so we can mask it. Now I have to display a message field. Okay, so I have to display a message field. Once user through the screen, we should ask and user to enter valid user ID. Okay, so we will print it if the registration is successful. Sorry, the login is successful. Relevant message will be printed. So everything we handled through program, but this is the screen if I want to define. Okay, so the entire 24 rows 80 columns. Okay, most of our mainframe screens are 24 rows 80 columns. So 24 rows 80 columns, you are using all rows and columns for one map, one functionality, then that will be called as a map set. Okay, so and that at the same time you are calling as a map. So the difference between map set and map team, Let's say team, I have a 24 rows, 80 columns. Okay, so I have a 24 rows, 80 columns. Out of 24 rows, 80 columns, the first 12, nothing but from 1 to 12 rows and 80 columns. 80 columns. Okay, 80 columns we can use for one functionality. I can define a one map. The another from 13 or 15 till 24 rows. Okay, and 80 columns. Okay, 80 or 60, up to you. How many columns you want to use in each row, that is up to us. Okay, there is no restriction at all. We can define another map. So nothing but in a single screen, I can define a two different maps. Okay, so that is the reason that those things. Okay, if you are using 24 rows for two functionalities of the map, two functionality maps, then we call as a the map set can have the single map, can have collection of the maps. Okay, so we are going to deal with the map set. In the map set, always we use 24 rows, 80 columns, but in real time the sum of the lines can be used another for another map. What is the map? Okay, so as I said, what is the first you are define, you have to define the map. So first you are, if you are defining the first time, first 12 rows, you are defining how many rows you are going to use for the map and how many columns in that map. So that we are going to define. What is the field means? If you ask me what is the field, time is the field, date is the field, login screen is the field. These are all the equal symbols are field. This is the one more field. So everything will be called as a field here. So field, it can be editable data, it can be editable data, it can be header. So if you take a login screen, it is a header. Okay, header means user cannot enter, program cannot send. So it is a just understanding, it's a label. For that purpose we use this particular field. Then there is a editable field over here. This is non-editable field here. So these are all the fields on the screen. You see web pages also having multiple fields, right? Similarly, on mainframe also we are having same concept. Different, the way of declaration is different, text is different. Yeah. What you have.
Yeah, Venkat, your voice is not audible.
Hey, what about others?
It is too
Can you
low.
hear me now?
The sound is too low.
Yeah,
Oh,
it dropped. I think it came back up.
okay, maybe network issue again. Now it is okay.
Yes, yes. So the user
Okay.
ID and password are the non-protected field, unprotected field.
Yeah. So we have a here we call as unprotected. Unprotected means user can enter or application program can send. This is unprotected field. This is the protected field.
Yes.
Okay, except the where user enter go here. Rest all are headers, and here also there is a protected field is there. So team, don't worry. So what is a protected field? What is unprotected field? Everything will be covered in tomorrow's session in detail, practically as well as.
So Venkat,
Okay.
one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever we are defining map or map set, so always we need to count the number of rows. If they are more than 12, then we need to use map set definition. And if they are equal to or less than 12, then we need to use map definition. Do you want to say this?
No. Okay. C team. Yeah. Very good point you raised. Okay. At the same time, I want to add on top of it. So whatever the macros I defined, in order to create a simple screen, okay, you have to define all of them. Okay, and the hierarchy which I explained you, which I have written, you have to define in the same way. When you are writing a COBOL program, first you have to write identification division, then environment division, and data division, and procedure division. So how the order is there in data division in the COBOL. Same way, first you have to define the map set, whether you are using one row or whether you are using a two row or whether you are using a 24 rows. Irrespective of number of rows you are using, you have to define the map set. The map set is to control all your this entire screen. Basically, the map set is to control the overall 24 rows, 80 columns. Whereas the map, if you are having multiple screens, multiple maps in this map set, to control each map, we use the map. The map set is equivalent to the job card. What is the meaning of job card? It will control the entire job. Whereas you can write time, date, time, region parameter on step also. Whatever you write step, those are all applicable for your step, but not applicable for other steps. But if you write a job, most of them are applicable for to control your all steps or your entire job. Same way, to control, to specify the overall options for this particular 24 rows, 80 columns or 12 rows, 80 columns, how many rows you are using. Irrespective of it, DFHMSD is required. Then similarly, DFH MDI and DFH MDF. So Arun, I hope you got the answer.
Venkat, your voice is breaking
So you
actually. Anyone else's experience? Yeah.
no,
Nothing okay to me.
I don't have any issue in listening. Yeah, so Venkat, you mean to say whatever map we are defining, we have to use
Okay.
always map set, map, and define a field, whether it is protected or unprotected, right?
Correct.
Okay. So by looking at the screen, we can't say that this is map set or this is map, correct?
No, we cannot say. Correct. You are correct. See, that depends on, okay.
Okay.
So,
So just
right away we cannot say.
they are
See, okay, no, 1 minute. See, okay, you recently came to the project. By seeing the screen, you may not able to tell. Who are in the project, if they see the screen, obviously they will come to know. But as an end user, they may not be coming, they may not be knowing it.
okay. So these are just to define the screens, correct? There is no as such correlation between map and map sets, correct? While defining only,
There,
we use these things.
see, that is a structure, okay. I cannot say that there is no correlation and all, okay. It has some conditions, okay. So if you see JCL, if you write a job card condition parameter, is it related to step or not? Let's say you written, it did not write the condition parameter on step, but you written on the job card. So is it going to affect or not your step? You got my answer, Varun?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
Venkat, I have some basic question. Kicks can be coded by COBOL only, right?
correct. No, you can use Kix with PL1 also. Okay, the Kix map you can use with the PL1, and
Okay.
there are other languages. Okay.
Okay. So means basically, so if we need to run the kick screen, means kick screen or something, means without running JCL, is it possible, right? Means
Yes,
to
we
see.
don't need to run it. Right? We don't need to run the uh, through JCL. We have to run everything in the Kix region.
Okay. So just a basic question. Actually, I want to differ with some online screen, like whatever we are developing through HTML, Java, this programming. This is how they differ means they are also on online screen, and this is also online screen. So
Okay.
means
So
is
as
there
simple
any
as,
basic
okay.
difference?
Yeah, obviously, right. Okay. So see, there is another point I want to add. So instead of kick screen, your front end can be is Java also. Okay. So okay, this is not answer for your question. Just I'm adding it additionally. Okay, team. So the answer is here for you, Tanmay. When you are using Java, most of the Java application they go with the Java based front end. If you take Java, let's take HTML is there, CSS is there, and JavaScript they use to put some condition on the front end, and they will use Angular, other frameworks to
Web
develop, right?
services, I think.
Whatever you do on the front end to pass the data to the core Java, through JDBS, whatever the intermediate component. Okay, so that is,
Right.
if you go with it has a more user friendly. Okay, so because our kick screen is not a user friendly, so everything it should be controlled by the kicks. Where we are supposed to enter, there only you have to enter. You cannot play with that. Okay, so there is no radio button, you know there is no drop down one. Okay, so these options creating and a little bit difficult. Okay, but whereas Java, obviously there is a huge difference. And if you take a .NET, we have a ASP.NET to develop the front end. The core logic we use C#. Okay, so in mainframes, C Kix is our front end. Our COBOL is the background language. Java, you use Oracle as a database. In mainframe, we use DB2 or Rizam as a database. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so that depends. Okay, so somebody wants their data with more secure and not they don't want to bother about the user friendliness. Obviously they can choose Kix as a front end. Okay, if their applications already on the mainframe. So if you notice team here, if already they are having applications on already mainframe, then they will choose front end. And another point I can add you, the nowadays they are coming to the mainframe. Now the more requirements are there, or they are asking, means it doesn't mean that you are getting a more projects on the Kix. Okay, there are so many migration projects. Okay, so earlier, like, the data is coming from different application. Now you need to store in the mainframes, or there are other migration scenarios are there. Because of them, they need Kix expert people. Okay, so who knows Kix. Okay, in the migration project they need the people who knows Kix. That is the reason nowadays wherever most of the out of 10 job requirements, out 7 or 8 they are putting Kix. Okay, only 2 or 3 are without Kix because of the migration project where are here and there very less new development project. Okay, team.
Okay.
So any queries here?
Venkat, I
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
Venkat. In this training, I mean, are you going to cover navigation? I mean, like if you enter one, you will go to one screen. Two, if you will go to other screen.
Okay, so that we are not covering, and I am going to give assignments that as to you. Okay, so we are covering all the concepts. The subject what I give, that will help you to develop it. Okay, so if you are implementing navigating one to screen to another screen, if you are interested, seriously, if you are interesting, I will give additionally 10 days access to you. If I feel that yes, Nutan is working really on the mainframe, is practicing, and you want to do something innovatively, I can give you promising here to anyone. If anyone wants to do hands-on, I will give additionally 10 days, not till you complete the training. So you can take a one job. Okay, you take a login page and XYZ bank. So you can transfer the data, you implement it. If you stuck anywhere, I will help you there. I hope, Nutan, I hope you're happy.
Yeah. Okay, Venkat.
Okay, because we are
And
teaching all the topics.
Venkat,
Yes,
yeah,
Suchita, go
Venkat,
ahead.
Yeah. Why 24 rows? Is there any specific reason that we use 24 rows for a map
No,
to
so,
create a map?
no, there is no reason. Okay, our standard screen size is 24 rows, 80 columns. Okay, so there are 32 something also is there, 32 rows, 80 columns. That depends on the terminal. Okay, so if you see my terminal, 24 rows, 80 columns, but everywhere the monitor will not be the same, right? I hope you agree with me,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So whatever the
yes,
laptop screen may not be the same with the ATM machine, right? So whatever you see in the laptop, the same machine may not be there, same terminal may not be there in the your railway station counters. Correct. So that is the answer for your question. Okay.
yeah, thanks.
Okay, Tim. So still you can ask me the questions. As you know already, okay, because I know that most of the people are previously they attended my rec session and so on. Who are interested, even you attended my previous session, please give me your mail IDs so that I can able to send you for further processing. Okay, so please join tomorrow also with the same meeting details. Okay, so before you join tomorrow, if you want to join, you need to take a confirmation from my end. I guess you know anyhow, you know the process. So team, you mail me, you ping me your mail IDs, so I'll be taking as confirmation as you are going to attend